Hey everyone, Pass the Jams here, back with another video, and today we're going to be finishing up List Week, top 10 albums of 2020. Last Tuesday I did top 25 singles of 2020. I didn't do today's video on Thursday because of the holidays. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, and now we're going to get right into it. So these are going to be the top 10 albums of 2020. I recommend all these albums. They are the best of the best, in my opinion, that came out this year. I'm going to be giving a little bit of detail about the album, of each album, my top 3 songs of each album, and the score of each album. And I do want to give one honorable mention, which is Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes. It was a 6 in my book, but to me, it still brought um more of his better stuff in these recent years. Uh, I certainly like it more than Views and Scorpion. Uh, the reason I want to give this one an honorable mention is because with Loverboy coming out in 2021, I really think he's gonna go back to mediocre radio mainstream stuff. So coming in at number 10, we have Aestheticadelica by Bloodbath 64. Bloodbath 64 is a side project by indie pop duo TV Girl, released in 2020. It's a vaporwave album. Vaporwave started back like around in 2015 and was like a huge thing for a while, and then it really died down, and I thought that it had been lost forever. I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, but it's still like a good easy listen of vaporwave. Vaporwave is like these dreamy like sounds compiled together from various things like songs or like jingles that you hear in common jingles that you hear. And this vaporwave album in 2020 is pretty good. Bloodbath 64 side project from TV Girl, and it's really kicking it. I really found myself listening to this album when I was doing my homework in college. It's just like an easy listen, very very good compilation of sounds put together, and in their own words, it is the first and only vaporwave album you will ever need. Landing in at number 9 is Man on the Moon 3: The Chosen by Kid Cudi. My apologies, I gave Aestheticadelica by Bloodbath 64 a 7, and my top 3 tracks are No Looking, Symphony of Death, and Escalators to the Moon. Okay, now landing in at number 9 is Man on the Moon 3: The Chosen by Kid Cudi. What I really appreciate about this album now is how everyone says that Kid Cudi influenced Travis Scott, uh, Lil Uzi Vert, Jaden Smith, all these current trap artists today because of his spacious, like really psychedelic sound. And I gotta say that in the first half of this album, it's true. And Kid Cudi is bringing in the sound that he created and presenting it himself. I think that's what I appreciate about this album the most, and it's really done well. The other half of this album, it brings back Man on the Moon 1 and Man on the Moon 2 for fans who really wanted it in Man on the Moon 3. So like I said, there's something for everyone in this album, and it got a 7. My top 3 tracks are The Void, uh, The Void, Solo Dolo Part 3, and She Knows This. Coming in at number 8, It Is What It Is by Thundercat. Thundercat is a very good bassist. He's worked with Kendrick Lamar and various other artists, and I think he also has amazing vocals. And this album is no different. What I really enjoy about Thundercat is that he infuses jazz influenced sound into R&B and soul, and that is what this album delivers. The first half is very jazzy like, and the other half is very R&B like. Uh, Honestly, I don't know which side I like more. That's why it's coming in at the number 8 spot. I think the whole album is well put together. Amazing sounds, great production by Thundercat, awesome vocals. I'm giving this album it was a 7.5, and my top 3 songs are Black Qualls, Unrequited Love, and King of the Hill. And at number 7, we have Imploding the Mirage by The Killers. Gradually, more and more, The Killers started importing more American folk style sound into their albums, like uh, starting back in Wonderful Wonderful back in 2017. I'm sorry, I didn't really enjoy that album too much. But yeah, they started implementing more American style sound into their albums, especially this one now, Imploding the Mirage. And I gotta say that something that I gotta give it to The Killers is that they never sound outdated. Like, as they progress through these years, since dating back in the 2000s, they always evolve. They're always evolving their sound, getting with the times, I guess. And I think that they would do a really good job about that. Brandon Flowers, the lead singer, has the most amazing vocals ever. And this whole album is very soulful, very not so American to the point where like they have it in your face, but you can hear American sound, like I said, very uplifting. They're like I stated before that they're always uplifting, and amazing vocals, very rushing. It's a good one. I'm giving Imploding the Mirage an 8, and my top 3 songs are My Own Soul's Warning, Dying Breed, and My God, featuring Ways Blood. Oh, My God by featuring Ways Blood. That is an amazing song. Ways Blood is such an amazing artist. I hope she comes out with an album in 2021. And at number 6 we have Circles by Mac Miller. Uh, I really don't like when artists or like when record labels find hidden albums from artists who have passed away, because the album usually never comes out finished or fleshed out. The way that, especially what bothers me the most is how the album really doesn't come out how the artist intended it because they passed away. And it's really sad that that Mac Miller passed away back in 2018, and now they have the family and the record label and a producer that Mac was working closely with got together. They decided that his vision was clear enough to when they could to the point where they could finish the album, and it is a sequel to Swimming, and now we have Circles here in 2020, and I gotta say they pulled it off. Although I really don't like when uh, record labels or stuff like that release projects after artists have passed away, I think Mac's vision really did get fleshed out to the point where the producer was able to release the album in his vision. I gave Circles an 8, and my top 3 tracks are Good News, Hand Me Downs, and Woods. Coming down to the final 5, taking the number 5 spot, we have Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. This album is wild, and not sound wise, but just lyrical wise and meaning wise. I back in 2017, I found Phoebe Bridgers. I thought her debut album was it was okay, and this album is way better than her debut album. Um, just the message, like she's battling inner demons. I like how in Garden Song, like her inner demon is like helping her vocals in the background. I think that was an interesting choice. Amazing production, very indie folk style, and like she has awesome vocals, beautiful voice, and like she's also battling like outside forces like relationships. I think she's battling like a passive aggressive relationship with that other person, and also like other forces with that other person, like family members and stuff like that. And I think it's just an amazing album with with a powerful message. She's overcoming these issues, and I really appreciate how in the last song, uh, she really overcomes everything, and I guess it's like too much for her, but she's still pushing through it. It's amazing. I gave Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers an 8.5, and my top 3 tracks are Garden Song, Moon Song, and I Know the End. And at number 4 we have Gorillaz with Song Machine Season 1. Amazing production by Damon Albarn. He goes through a variety of sounds in this season or album, and I gotta say he's just the master. Uh, he does really well vocally uh, throughout the entire album. I did not expect for him to get like, because he did a lot of features in 2017 with humans, and not all of those features were great. But every single feature, I gotta say, in this album and was really awesome. Oh, and I gotta make something clear that season one, this is just season one, not the deluxe edition. Um, I'll get to that more later, or like in a separate video. I hate deluxe albums. But this is just strictly season one, like the regular version that was released. Every single song is awesome except for Friday the 13th by Octavian, featuring Octavian. I think that song's horrible. But every other song is awesome and amazing. Every feature comes through. Every feature is, brings it to the table, does a good job. With implements of hip hop, alternative rock, and ambient sounds, I really think that the band pulls it off as well. I think that Damon pulls it off because he is the band, and really great. I give this album a 8.5. My top three tracks are the Pink Phantom, Pac Man, and Aries. And then number three, we have Sin Miedo by Kelly Uchis. Following Kelly Uchis back in 2015, I think she has beautiful vocals, amazing sound, and just all around good everything. I think that in this album, uh, each song progressively gets better and better, in my opinion. Like, it's just so crazy how she was able to do that. And not saying that the first track is horrible, because every track in this album is awesome. She explores a variety of sounds ranging from lo-fi to throwing back R&B and reggaeton and just Spanish music in general. Most of this album is in Spanish, but she has small instances where she does like English vocals. But regardless of that, this album is amazing. I gave Sin Miedo by Kelly Uchis a 9, and my top three tracks are uh, Telapi, Sorry, guys, I am not very good at speaking Spanish, although I do understand it. It is telepatía, uh, que te pedí, and de nadie. And then number two, we have Superstar by Caroline Rose. Funny story how I found Caroline Rose. It was back in 2017. I was at a I was at a Bath and Body Works, and I heard her single "More of the Same" playing over the speaker. I thought it was awesome. Snapchat has this little Shazam thing. I was walking around the store like trying to get it, and I did. And that's when she released her sophomore album, Loner, in 2017. Fell in love with it, and now she released Superstar in 2020. Amazing production, alternative indie pop, and she has some good vocals too. What I really appreciate about this album is the message, independency. She's getting over a rough breakup, and she's not letting anything get in her way now. She's gonna overcome it all, and it's awesome. Amazing album. I gave this album a 9. My top three songs are Nothing's Impossible, Feel the Way I Want, and Someone New. And then number one, the album of 2020 from Past the Jams is After Hours, Deluxe Edition by The Weeknd. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. You just said you hate deluxe editions. Well, I do, but I had a listening party for this album, and it was a great party, and everyone loved the album. And then we had finished up because I didn't know there was a deluxe edition yet, and we had finished up Until I Bleed Out, and someone had mentioned that there was bonus tracks from this deluxe edition, so we decided to listen to it, and the songs are amazing. Uh, what I do gotta say is the first half of the regular album, it's it doesn't feel anything more like it belongs in the album. Even though the songs are good, You know, they're more slow, more sad. And the bonus tracks on the deluxe edition sound like they belong on the album. Like literally as if the first half of the album were supposed to be bonus tracks, and the bonus tracks were supposed to be on the actual album. Really weird choice by The Weeknd, but regardless, I gave this album a 9. Amazing album. Album of the year. Takes the number 1 spot. Top 3 tracks are In Your Eyes, Heartless, and After Hours. Check this album out, guys. I'm pretty sure everyone has already, but it is album of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's my list. Did you guys agree? Do you disagree? What's your top album of 2020? And comment down below. I know this video is pretty long. The last 2 videos have been pretty long, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate and love every one of you. Coming into 2021, I hope to grow bigger and make this community larger, and I hope to bring more quality content for you guys. I'm working on that still, and I'll see you guys in the next video.